Right, here we are on board Royce, aka Yachty, and this is the boat. It's properly wrecked. It did sink in a previous life. It had some repairs under here which have been sorted properly. It's dry as a bone now. Just fell over and filled with water, but then a pole went through the bottom of the hole, which is all repaired. It's like structurally sound now. It's been done from both sides. That was the original bit there, and that's still a tiny bit of a yogurt pot that was left in there in the emergency to repair it before the tide came back in. We've got the switches there. Wiring's a bit dodgy, could do with some nice connectors, but the lights were all working when it was put in. It's got a bit of this lovely blue windows, beautiful windows, and it's got this four-way carpet. This I've started to put in, but it's never been finished off properly. I mean, if you wanted to make this thing look nice, I mean, basically you've got a blank canvas to work with now. So there's a bit of rot in here where this plyboard is gone. But the rest of it's sound. All this is sound, but in the corners there you can see it's rotten, and you can actually poke your finger through, so that needs cutting out really, I'd say, and a new panel putting in. But the rest of it looks okay. That side's a little bit, this varnish has started to go, but it looks pretty solid. So if you're good at woodwork and you're feeling keen, it smells a bit damp in here like these old boats do, but this is particularly dodgy. You need to get all this mould done. I have painted it once with some sort of mould killer, so that needs all going over. Ideally, if I get this panel out safely, it'd be worth putting another one in, because it's basically just straight along there, straight along and up and round to the top. So you just have to use this as and it looks like you could just basically pull it out towards you from here. So you just pop it out this way and just somehow cut it out, or even just put a new panel in halfway down and just fix it, which is probably an easier option, or just do a whole panel over the top and just make it twice as strong, and then maybe right the way down to here, so give it extra strength, and then just make sure it's totally treated and maybe put some creosote on it or something. Gardening stuff works. The gardening fence stuff you can get now water-based. But other than that, you know, you've got space for 2 beds there, and you've got another space here for a couple of people. It's for a bit of a squeeze, but it's cosy. And I tell you what, this will be a lovely boat when it's finished. I just need to if I don't sell it, I'll just slowly do it up over time, because at the moment it's just a boat to just go out and do a bit of sailing for a bit of fun. It's got 2 Hank-on sails, and there is a spinnaker somewhere. So the roller reefing, the sail's been shredded. It was on there, so I'm thinking either convert it to Hank-on and save messing about, or otherwise convert one of the sails that's Hank-on into a roller reefing by just sewing a rope on it, or otherwise just keep my eye open for a roller reef sail. So there's an old solar panel, it's got glasses a bit cracked, it's blown it over in the wind, but the main sail's okay. So there it is, Achilles 24. Great boat to sail on, to learn on. To be fair, I'm probably better off keeping it, because it's just nice to handle. And I cleaned it all up when I first bought it a couple of years ago, and within no time, it's surprising how quickly it all weathers up now. I mean, all this was just imperfect. It looked lovely before, nice and clean, but jet washer would get all that off and it'll look like new. And I've got a jet washer, so we can always blast it. And all the rigging's all right, you know, had the radio working, so you know, the tiller could probably do with a paint. You've got to watch out on these. On my old boat, the trouble with these old tillers is they can get rot in them and split. A friend of mine was just in the harbour the other day, and it just split and snapped off here He's luckily managed to be able to still move the boat, but worth carrying a spare when you're out at sea, because when these things go, that's it, it's over. There's nothing you can do. So that's something on the list to replace or get a spare one. This one needs painting. Well, I did wonder about fiberglass in for extra strength, just so you know it's solid then. But you know, to be fair, it feels okay, but it's got some very tiny little cracks in there, so water's going to be getting in now. That needs varnishing or creosoting, you know. But yeah, there you go. So I haven't really done much to the boat through the winter. It's just been sat here, and these are getting shredded. So this is just, I'll take these off now. I've got one at home. I'm gonna have to put the camera down, but there's a depth gauge brand new to go in it. So you know, it's a good little starter boat though. Like I was trying to explain, I'm gonna have to put the phone down. I'm gonna put you over here. If you can hear me, the great thing about having this boat, 'cause it's quite small, it's not very high in the water, basically the same as the ones that are behind me. You can't see them now, but the great thing is, in the wind, compared to my last one, if you're coming into a mooring and you've got a side wind, you find that the wind just takes the boat and you'll be hanging on to it for dear life, and it's not a good feeling. So with this thing, because it's a lot lower in the water, that doesn't happen so bad. I mean, it's still a handful, but you know, and it's still a seaworthy boat, but you do have that advantage, you know, so you don't get stuck, which I kind of quite like. And I have been told by a few people you're better off getting something a bit smaller that you can handle if you want to sail it single-handedly. So I mean, this is a good size, you know, 24 foot, and it's quite a long, thin boat, so it should be quite quick. I think the speed they say is about 5.5 knots, maybe a little bit more. There is a guy who had it before me, he reckons, I think he had 10 knots, but he had the wind behind him going down waves, but that was obviously in extreme conditions. So, but yeah, there it is anyway. So I hope that gives you enough information. If you want to buy it, you fancy a little project, you know, just it's got a throw in a kettle and a cooker, little so you can make cups of tea, and you can come down and enjoy yourself. Come and join the club. Right, if you want a mooring here, you've got to join the club first. So, and then they vet you, and you have to come to 2 meetings and be recommended by a member. So you need to suss that out first if you want to stay here. But the mooring's paid for this year, so you've got plenty of time. I think the moorings were very cheap. We're only paying like £2 a foot, so plus 25 quid membership and 25 quid per boat, so you can work that out. So you've got 24 foot, which is £48 plus 25 quid membership and 25 quid for the boat. If you can add that up, so that's 50 plus 48, so you're just under shy of 100 quid, 98 I think. But there you are. I'll leave you all to keep searching for boats, but this is the Bristol Channel. There's a couple of others Achilles here, so we've got a whole fleet now. We should really just turn the whole club into Achilles only members. Would be nice, wouldn't it? I'm tempted to keep it, you know. To be fair, when I went out with Saraband, which is on my channel on Instagram, and if you look on there, adamart.uk, or on YouTube, which is What Happens Next, we were with Saraband doing the Holmes race, and to be fair, it was actually a bit quicker than my old boat, which was a 28 foot Colvick Sea Rover, and that's a fin keel, that one. So obviously the fin keels probably go a bit quicker, but I've never actually sailed with him. You might find, because this is a bilge keel, it might be a bit slower, because this is like a triple keel. There you are. Alright, it was a lovely day today. Shame you're not here enjoying the sun. If I was you, I'd get the barbecues on and make the most of it, because I think the weather's going to turn the weekend. Take it easy.